Today I'm Derick Maxwell. I'm actually staying in Bonteheuwel all of the years. I'm now 50 years old. So I'm staying for Bonteheuwel all of my time. I started in Cedar Primary School as a learner. My siblings, we were 12 together in a one-bedroom house. Number 1 Essenot, I can remember very clearly. And so in our time it was tough. Mother and father had to work because of the 12 children. We had to buy a lot of bread was one of the things, and we couldn't afford it at many a times. I also remember the time that we as a family had to really struggle because of the space that we have for 12 children in the house. But be it my mother and dad made ends meet of raising us as kids. I later went to school at Basic Primary at the Standard 6, it was called Standard 6. And then in 1982 I went to Bonteheuwel, where I started for high school. I never finished high school due to the circumstances that arose in my life. I was at the age of 16 and I started to be involved in gangsterism. So gangsterism actually have spoiled my vision of continuing my schooling. So I had to leave school because I felt that I needed to be an adult, have to go to work. So I actually caused my mother to write me a letter to school to say I need to go work to help in my house. And then when I left school, as I became an adult, experiencing working, not because I was not clever enough to continue my schooling. I just felt that I couldn't go to school because I'm part of a gang. And then I went to work and obviously experienced all the things that adults experience, obtaining money, earning a salary, and so forth and so forth. And so later in my years, I also have witnessed a lot of things in Bonteheuwel. I can remember the time that we as youngsters have to walk to school barefoot because our parents couldn't afford it. I also remember the time when we have to eat bread and water it and put sugar on the bread and also use the fat of the food that was left over. Or my mother would go and buy us, that they call it fish kayangs. That's all the broken pieces of the fish. So we had to put that on our bread. We had to make ends meet of whatever is put on our bread. And if I look back in the reflection of our days at school, I can clearly see the times when it was very, very cold. We had to stand in the cold, our feet was really wet, walk through wet grass, and that is how the lifestyle of our young lifestyle was. But all the time in the back of my mind, I have said myself that I don't want to live like this anymore. I want to better my life. So my dream was always to be a policeman. I eventually didn't end up being one, but I ended up going to work for them. In 1993, I started my career in the police as a cleaner, worked my way up because I was determined in, because of change in my life. And I ended up being a senior clerk in the police. I left the police in 2009. I'm now working for the city of Cape Town. Very positive for myself. I'm married, 2 children. I have my own house. I'm a musician, I'm a songwriter. This is part of my hobbies. Because in that days, we as children didn't have hobbies. We didn't actually, there was no room for hobbies in that time that we were living. So, but today I can truly say the change that happened because of my positiveness and my passion is young people, to work with young people, to encourage them that they can change, there is positivity. In our days, if I remember 1976, I think was the worst time in Bonteheuwel when we were part and witnessing the riots and all of those things at the struggle time. Yes, we were not, all of us was not part of the struggle so deep, as I remember some of the guys that went really becoming rebels for the change that we are seeing today. And so I'm actually grateful for the change that we can see, because now our youngsters have more privileges, more opportunities that we had in the past. So yes, my passion is young people, to encourage them that there is a better life, that they can change politically. Yes, there's not a lot of influence on them as such, because our current situation is the drug problems and the gangsterism. But again, it's your choice to get out and become a better person. So I believe from where I come from to today, I believe in change, and it starts with the positive.